Okay, we should be live. Can somebody verify on YouTube?
Not sure how to get there. Oh,
okay, I think I'm going to start letting people in. Okay, we should be live.
Yeah, we're live. Live.
Can somebody verify on YouTube?
Yeah, we're live. I can see us.
Yeah, we're in. Hi.
Okay, I think
I'm
I'm
here.
start letting people
I'm here. I finally came.
Hi, say hi, say hi. Say hi.
What?
Oh my gosh!
Hi. I'm here. I'm here. I finally came.
Welcome, everybody. We are just admitting more people into our roundtable for tonight. If you're here for the scouting update, November 12th, you've made it to the right place. We will get started in just a few minutes. As people are coming in, if I could remind you to mute, that would limit some of the background noise during this call. So we do appreciate that. Everybody, we are just admitting more people into our roundtable for tonight. If you're here for the scouting update, November 12th, you've made it to the right place. We will get started in just a few minutes.
Our video's off. Very good.
As people are coming in, if I could remind you to sounds like somebody might have YouTube on. If you could during this call close that out. We do appreciate that. Everybody, we're just admitting more people around for tonight. If you're here for the scouting update, November 12th, you've made it to the right place.
Our video's off.
All right. Well, very good. Eric, what do you say? You want to take it away?
I will take it away. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. As Mark said, we are here for our roundtable. We're starting to get back into the groove again. And I would like to start today's roundtable with our pledge. So we have a flag here today. And if you are in uniform, we'd like you to salute, the Scout salute. If you are not in uniform, please place your hand over your heart and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Thank you, everyone. Our agenda today, we'll be going through several different items. We will start out with some training tidbits. We'll be doing our updates on various events throughout the Long Beach Area Council. Our merit badge days and winter tech are something new that you want to hear about. We'll get details on our charter renewals. We'll get some information about our office, Scout office, and our Scout shop hours. And then we'll have some time for some questions and answers. This should all get done within the hour, so please get comfortable and away we go. Please mute your speakers. You can enter your questions in the chat if you have something you want to bring up. And we are recording our call today. Do we have Michael Devine on board today? Michael Devine is our...
He's on his way.
His way, okay.
He just got out of a meeting. He's on his way.
Okay, no problem. We will get over to Scouting for Food and come back to Mike in just a moment. Scouting for Food, Rosa Talog will tell us some more about that.
Good evening, everyone. So Scouting for Food, as you all know, or hopefully know, that it is on, and it is on Saturday, which is November 14th. That's in 2 days. I have to tell you that it's been a joy going out this past weekend and seeing scouts kind of all over the neighborhoods, putting out either door hangers or flyers, and in some cases bags, and it was just nice to see them out in the community. So the pickup day, like we said, is Saturday, and we do have 2 drop-off locations, as you can see there on the slide. One of them is at the Lakewood Mall, and that's the Applebee's parking lot on the south side, which is off of Delamo Boulevard. So that's how you want to get to that location to drop off. And the Salvation Army is the second location, and that, you see the address there, is 3092 Long Beach Boulevard. So it's basically Spring and Long Beach Boulevard is where you'll go. Okay, drop off time is anytime between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. at any location. For those of you who live north of Carson, the Lakewood Mall is closer, and those who live south is the Salvation Army is, for most of you guys, is closer, but you can really take it either location. Both locations will be happy to accept anything you guys bring. On Facebook, I know those on next door, those who are in my reach, I've posted a flyer for it, and people are sharing it. So if you see it, please share it, because if there's areas that we haven't covered, we welcome all residents to bring what they can. We want to really help collect a lot of food this year, is because the pantries are running dry really, really quickly. So we need your help. Patches are available for purchase. If you guys go to the website, you can see that there's going to be a tab there to order your patches. They're $2 each. We will be placing the order for the patches kind of mid next week, so that all of you guys will have the opportunity to count the scouts that actually participated and order an exact number. After you guys enter that, we're going to give you some time to do that, and then we're going to order patches next week. Don't forget, one of the most important things is to be safe. So please stay socially distanced, wear your masks. When you guys are traveling in cars, it should be only family members. So make sure you guys follow those guidelines. If you have any questions, my email is down there at the bottom. You guys can always contact me with any questions you may have. And that's it.
Great, thank you, Rosa, and I'm sure they can contact you if you have those questions. Let's try to make it a big collection this year. Everybody needs it. It's really, really bad out there that I've noticed. Our own pantry at our church has a line out the door and down the street. It's just crazy. Okay, is Michael on the line? Michael Devine, you ready for you?
Yes.
All right.
Let me go get him. I'll go get him.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Go get Mike.
Okay.
All right, and back to our training screen here.
Shall I begin?
Take it away.
All right, cool. Wow, what a huge group. This is just absolutely awesome. Hey, so there's been some updates even today. Wow. So I will tell you that before we talk about the one on Tuesday, December 8th, there is a training on Tuesday, December 1st from 6:30 to 8, and that will be our last Merit Badge Counselor training of the year. In these COVID times, there is nothing more important than having as many people as possible involved in the Merit Badge training, counselor training program, because there are a lot of scouts that are looking for help with their merit badges that they can't get at the unit level, because at the unit level, they don't have enough merit badge counselors. So stop by on the 1st. We'll get you all hooked up, and when you're done at the end of the evening, you will be a trained merit badge counselor, and we'll tell you how to turn that into an official designation if you come to the training. Yes.
What are the minimum requirements for a merit badge counselor?
The minimum requirements for a merit badge counselor is that they are registered with the BSA, that they are current in their youth protection training, and that they take the merit badge counseling program, counselor training. Then they also do an application, which I'll talk more about when we actually do the training on the 1st. But essentially, if you're on this call and you're registered and you're a currently registered Scouter, you are overwhelmingly likely to be qualified to go ahead and take the merit badge counselor training. Okay, so on the 8th, again, for the very last time this year, we will be offering youth protection training. So youth protection training is actually available 365 days a year by going to scouting.org and taking it online. But some people have a challenge with that, or are unable, or don't have the right equipment. There's many reasons why people can't do it that way. But we have a free Zoom call. It's most of the evening, 6:30 to 9 p.m. And then we will actually go through all of the modules with you. And when you come out at the end that evening, you will have your YPT certification, good for the next 2 years. As you know, you can't be re-registered with your unit if you are not current in your YPT. So if it's coming due soon or it has recently expired, please go online and take the training, or come and take our training on the 8th. There should be signups at the website. The training page may not be there today. It probably will be there either tomorrow or at the beginning of the week. You can certainly see my email there, and you can write me, and I'll be able to, give you more information, especially if the link isn't quite current yet.
Hey, Michael, this is Mark. I'm just going to interject here, and those 2 that you mentioned are live.
Okay, outstanding. Yes, we expect as many people as humanly possible. We love to get everybody current and then become merit badge counselors. The third thing is really, really good news, and just happened within the last hour. So even people as learned as John Fullerton and Mark Bonner don't know this. So that's amazing.
Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. We have been talking to the Verdugo Hills Council because we've not been able to offer NYLT for basically going on the last year and a half. But it looks like we are going to be able to partner with them because they moved their NYLT program from January, when we couldn't do it, to June. So we're gonna have more information on that shortly, but we're really excited about that. It's gonna give all of our youth in the Scouting BSA program the opportunity, if they're more than 13 years old, to take one of the best programs that the BSA offers, which is National Youth Leadership. So more information from that coming really, really soon. I don't know what that was.
So there was
that's it.
So great. So there was a question in the chat about how you get the Zoom information, but the Zoom information comes as you get registered for the event, and then you will be sent the Zoom information. Is that correct?
Yes, and I either get mine from Mark, or I know that she's on the call from Amy McCarty, who knows a lot more about Zoom than I do. So yeah, and we both just came off a 2-hour short-term camp accreditation training. It's one of 4 parts, so our brains are kind of fried. But anyway, that's it. If you have any other questions in training, please reach out to any of us. My email's below. If you're wondering, a lot of people are wondering about how they can get their final trained leader status, either in Cubs or in Scouts BSA, and a lot of that is contingent on ILOS and Baloo programs, which we have not been able to offer for basically the entire 2020. And we're certainly hoping as we move into 2021, we're going to get either back to live trainings or more guidance from the BSA on how we might be able to offer them not live if the restrictions are going to continue. I think that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Michael.
All right. Bye.
All right. Next up, we'll go to our 10 Commandments hike. Michael Calkin, would you help tell us a little bit about this 10 Commandments hike?
I can. Thank you so much, Eric, and thank you, Mark and John, for having me in the meeting. So I can tell you that the whole 10 Commandment hike team is extremely excited about what we've come up with this year and what we've got planned. And that's Rose Atala, that's David Simon, and Michael's son, Noah Devine, doing all of our tech work and putting our wonderful videos together. So what is it? It is an in-person hike in Long Beach. The starting point is Wardlow Park. We're going to go down Wardlow. We're going to go, the Cubs are going to go to Woodruff. You're going to go up Woodruff to Hartwell Park. You're going to go through the Hartwell Park, and then you're going to end up back at Wardlow Park where we started. There is an alternate route for troop or for venturers that's 5.5 miles long. That route has a special stop that it has a video on urban hiking that was done by Troop 247. You will be traveling at your own pace. You can go as a family. You can go in groups of 10 or less. Just make sure that you're following the safety protocols and the distancing, and you have a mask and hand sanitizer. But you might be able to go as a den. You might be able to go as a patrol. Just make sure you follow the protocols. But it is an in-person hike. So you're going to follow our route, and we have 2 maps that are on the website. You have the one that you see here, and there's an interactive map that is really cool that has all kinds of additional information. But follow the map, go to each location, and you are going to find a large poster from the 10 Commandment Hike Committee that is going to have all of that location information, and it's going to have a QR code that's going to link you to a video. And the videos that we have, we are all really excited about. So we have opening and closing flag ceremonies. We have opening flag ceremonies by Troop 74. We have closing flag ceremonies by the Sea Scouts, 3 ships. We have introductions to each speaker by units from all over the Long Beach Area Council, Cub Scout packs, and troops. So I think this is a really cool component of the thing. But at each location, you're going to find the poster, you're going to find the QR code, you scan that, that's going to take you to our videos. Like I said, there's 2 hike routes. There's one for the Cubs, is 3.5 miles, and there's one for troop and venturers that's 5.5 miles, so they can actually fulfill some of those requirements. There is an interactive map online, which is really cool. Our speakers represent Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, and Baha'i. And we're hoping to have a Native American presentation as well this year. So it's $5 to register. Please register, and you will get a really cool patch that we came up with this year. You can see that, and if you go to the website, the image for the 10 Commandment hike is the patch, and it's really, really, really cool. It's a great opportunity for everybody to get outdoors, go on a hike. It's right here, very local. It's an easy flat hike, so it's a great opportunity to get outside.
Great. Repeat the date again.
Oh, it is the Friday after Thanksgiving. So this year it is November 27th.
It is easy to remember, and you can walk off your turkey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you have so it's from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. So all the posters will be set up before 8 a.m. and then they will be taken down after 5. So you can go at your own pace anytime between those hours, as long as you get it all done by 5 p.m.
You don't have to take all 9 hours to do the hike, though.
No, well, if you really want to go slow, I suppose. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, we're really excited. It's really cool.
It sounds like a great program. You're making the best out of a bad condition when through COVID, and I think that virtual and interactive mapping going to really help this out. Thank you.
Yeah, the one really cool thing is how the units did their videos, the introduction videos. Everybody did such a great job of it. Really cool to see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see that again. All right. Coming up next, we are planning a toy drive for those less fortunate kids in our communities. Sometime in December, we'll have some more information that will be coming for details about how to drop off presents, what type of toys we are looking for, and some deadlines for that as well. So that is a service project that you can count towards your advancement as well. So we have 2 announcements as well. First of all is our fall fellowship. I can share my screen real quick if I can. Okay. Our OA, where's my OA? Here's my OA. There we are. So OA, for those that are in Order of the Arrow, the National Honor Society for BSA, there is a fall fellowship that we will be participating in November 21st from 10 to 4. Lunch is included at Camp Emerson in Idlewild. It's $20 per person to help cover the costs of that. There is some rifle shooting and some climbing tower and lots of other activities that you will participate along with other OA scouts. Register at the OA webpage for Long Beach BSA. Okay. The other announcement we have is for our Catholic Scout Award program. This is put on every year. You can participate in earning this award either at a Cub Scout level or at a Scouts BSA level. The Adaptari Day and the Pope Pius. So Adaptari Day, I believe, is the the Cub Scout level, and Pope Pius, or is it the other way around? I can't remember. Anyway, John Milkey and Tomahawk, Chris Espinoza, are heading that up. Go to the website as well to get their contact information and sign up. They will then have a start date. It does take 6 or 7 different meeting dates, maybe a little bit more, to go through the program and to earn your medal. This medal can be displayed and worn on your Scout uniform. It's an official award. So I encourage those to do it. So I will stop sharing my screen now. Bring you back to our PowerPoint and talk about some merit badge days. So merit badges, of course, are so very important to our Scouts BSA. We've got a couple of items, a couple of merit badges that we're working on. Welding is just filled up. This is being offered through our sea base, and aviation is another one. It's a Zoom class, and it's also in person. Watch the Facebook page and the weekly e-blast to hear more about it. So keep an eye out on those Thursday e-blasts that come out from the council office. And that's what we've got. Question that came up in chat was the 10 Commandments hike. Can you do it as a bicycle event, or can you go with it? Yes, you can. You can use a bicycle. Okay. On to Winter Tech Camp. Winter Tech Camp. It is a virtual camp this year, December 28th through the 30th. It's hosted by our sea base. You can sign up on the sea base's webpage for Long Beach BSA. And you can pick a couple of different choices here. Say, for instance, digital technology, you can choose 9 to 11 and then choose programming for 1 to 3. Get 2 items in on each day. So this is in lieu of, a winter camp at sea base, and it's done virtually. So if you don't have those merit badges, I would encourage you to do that. Got programming, electricity, digital technology, veterinary medicine, and that, as we mentioned before, the other one was already booked. Okay, now let's hand it over. and talk about charter renewals. It's that time of year again, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Hi, everyone. This is Mark. Let me bring my video up here. There we go. So charter renewals have begun. Begins October of every year, and it goes through November and the beginning part of December. So your committee chair or unit leader should have the online access code to begin registering everybody online. What can you do right now? Well, we suggest that you touch base with families in your pack or troop and see how they're doing, see their intent about registering, give them the information that they need to do so, and then start entering that online. We are getting here towards the middle of November, and so we'll be following up with people to see if you've logged in online and how you're going, how you're progressing with that. They are due November 30th, and we would ask, since our office isn't open to the public like usual during these times, to make appointments with us, and you can drop off your your packets here at the office. Along these lines, about renewing in 2021, we have sent postcards through the mail, and there's a little screenshot of what the postcard might look like. It's a little 4x6 postcard in the mail. And what we're reminding people is that scouting is still active. So if families have taken a little break or hiatus, we're inviting them back in and encouraging them to renew for next year. And we will also follow that up with an email. So if you've gotten one of these postcards, there's no alarm behind it, no reason to be alarmed, but that's the reasoning behind it. And we just want to encourage people to be active in scouting. You can always email, call Sandy or myself. Again, my name is Mark. Sandy, if you've been through the office or called in, you know how critical Sandy is and what a resource and what a gem she really is in helping you out on nearly anything you need. And both of us are very willing to help with your renewals as you go through them. This is just a reminder. The codes were sent out earlier today. There is a tutorial that Sandy went through last month in October, listed on our renewal website. So there it is on our website there, the link. And you can watch that anytime to walk you through step by step. So Sandy has great instructions there. She's very knowledgeable on the system, and you can pause and rewind and fast forward through the entire process. Again, due November 30th. And then just some reminders on the three basic costs for current scouts. For new scouts that have joined for the first time ever, there's a $25 new member fee. So that's the difference between $100 for current scouts. And then adults renew at $75. So these are, again, a 12-month rate for 2021. And again, if you need any help walking through the renewals, just let us know. We are taking questions that pertain to your pack, your troop specific, that you might want to follow up with us individually. I'm getting questions every day. So it's totally normal. Really want to encourage you to reach out. Don't be bashful. Don't hold back. And most likely we will be able to help you, no problem. Okay.
Before you move on there, Mark, there's always the suggestion that you get your scouts registered online first and then go through your renewal process a few days later so that they're already in the system before you go through your renewal process for the last time.
Yeah, and that's a good point that Eric made is, if you get your scouts registered, they'll be in the system all ready to go. And Sandy will enter all that information for you if you have your new applications or if they filled out their applications online. It makes your process a lot easier if the scouts are registered in the system. So Eric, thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Let's see, moving on. I did mention some office hours here. So I just wanted to throw this on the screen here to give you an idea of when the office is going to be closed and what our plan is for the next couple weeks through the end of the year, really. Of note, the week of Thanksgiving, we will be closed, as well as the last 2 weeks of the year. So over the holiday break and over the Thanksgiving break, the office and the scout shop both will be closed. So just plan around it. And if you need to get something from the shop Just remember it's Monday through Friday, those weeks in green there. Today is highlighted in yellow, of course. And then also on top of that, for the rest of this month, for November, we will have in-person hours as we have done through the summer and the fall. But in December, starting November 30th, we're going to move towards curbside pickup only. And we're doing that for everybody's safety. There's talk about numbers ticking up, and this is a traditional flu season and whatnot. So we just want to be cautious, and you can still get any items you want. This doesn't change inventory. This doesn't change the items you can get. And if you need to check something out, you can always check with Sandy and make an appointment to do that. So that's the difference. On the whole, we're going to be doing in-person through the end of this month, 1 to 5 p.m. You can always do curbside pickup from 9 to 5 anytime. Sandy is very quick in getting your orders out in the parking lot. You can swing by, pick them up, and you're on your way. So anyway, take note of that, and we'll send out some reminders, but you might want to share this to your advancement chairs or other people in your unit who are usually coming by the office. And again, the note there at the bottom says that we will be closed the week of Thanksgiving and the last 2 weeks of December. Yes, Eric.
Is there any possibility for people that can't get to the Scout office or the shop during the Monday through Friday because they're working, and they have a need for something on to buy something or to get something on the weekend? I do know that you can buy everything through Scout Shop or Scout Stuff and have it ordered online and have it delivered online. But is there any other options?
Yeah, so I'll just offer, what I've done a few times is I can bring it to you and just let us know. I've taken things to my own house, so I live in Lakewood, and I offer that to anybody. I don't mind. If you need to come by on a Saturday morning and purchase something during the week, let me know. Pick it up off my porch. That's totally fine. Again, I live in Lakewood. I'm pretty close to everybody.
And Mark, let me chime in. If it's something that more people want, then being open once a month on Saturday or a couple of Saturdays a month, I don't think that's going to be a huge burden. So I think if there's demand there from a customer service perspective, we'll do what we need to do.
And Rosa's offered to make deliveries too. So the bottom line is that we'll make it happen. If you need something, we'll get it to you.
We'll bend over backwards for you. That's great. Okay.
So John, you want to take this?
Sure. So as we look forward to 2021, kind of the doing some projections and looking at with the cases rising, I really see us kind of being in this mode, kind of maintaining where we are well into probably through the first quarter of next year. I know that there's been announcements about a vaccine coming out, but I really don't think that that's going to be widely available probably till late into the first quarter, probably even into the second quarter. So we do have a meeting coming up on Monday night where we're going to be kind of reevaluating our programs for the first quarter. So many of the suggestions like Arrow of Light badges, those sorts of things, we really need that feedback as we're planning that program, especially through the first and second quarter. Looking then, as your Scout units, continuing under the youth sports protocols, probably well into the second quarter, and then really hopefully by the fourth quarter get back to normal-ish operations. Even if things open up, I really, in talking to school districts and churches, I don't necessarily see them allowing us back in on a wide scale basis before then. Camp Tockwitz right now still remains closed. We've got a phone call in the next couple of weeks to try to start working with the state and local health departments to get our reopening protocols. with the aim of opening back up for a modified summer camp on the concentric circle or cohort model, and then getting back into, again, by fourth quarter, some normal operations. CBASE has been able to do some day camp programs, which has been allowed, and do things outside. We're hoping that by late in the second quarter that we can do some small things inside with then our modified summer day camp, aquatics camp programs happening this summer, which we had a great program this summer. We actually served 466 kids through the CBASE this summer, along with another 77 families in our family kayaking program. And then looking at getting back into normal operations, probably again in the fourth quarter. Same thing. Then we talked about the Scout Service Center on probably still going to remain closed by appointment only, curbside retail, kind of the same that we're doing now through the first quarter, and then slowly reopening as the year goes on, and hopefully then by the fourth quarter we can be back up to full scale operations. The same thing then with our programs. I have a feeling that we're going to be on virtual and family oriented programs. One of the things too, and looking for feedback, we put out whenever COVID first started, between March and June, we did about 19 Facebook Live events. If those are things that you guys want to do, I'll fire up my table saw and we'll get going again. If that's something that people want to see, then we're happy to provide that. And then looking at doing smaller group events through second and third quarter, with medium group events by the fourth quarter. I really don't see us doing large scale events, for at least through 2021, unless the vaccine becomes, pretty much everybody's got it by fourth quarter. Something like Cubbery, we may have to do a scaled down version of that. So that's kind of my look forward. That's been confirmed at every time I open up a news feed. I was just saying earlier, I saw that Disneyland does not intend to open this year, and probably not through till late in the first quarter, maybe not even in the first quarter of next year. So that pretty much is in alignment with what we see coming out for the foreseeable future. So that kind of lays out our programmatic plan. We still want to do, I think what we have been doing is combination of family events and virtual events. Those that participated in Cubbery or Family Adventure Day, they're going to be doing the 10 Commandments hike and Scouting for Food, these types of in-person family events, but then also doing these virtual events, and then looking to do smaller meetings and smaller group events as the year progresses.
So, hey, John, my question to you is, will there be a concerted effort to try to always have a virtual element or a feed for those that cannot or should not be there in person? I know that my wife is immune suppressed, and so she can't attend a lot of these in person. So will we make an effort to have a virtual element to these events and program?
Yeah, and where we can, we're certainly going to do that. For example, with things that Chris is doing down at the CBASE, those are all virtual, and that's why we're doing this combination of these, like Cubbery, that's an all virtual event. Why we want to continue to provide these virtual events and step up our Facebook Live events. We'll try to do that with the family events, the virtual portion, but sometimes it's just logistically not going to be possible because they do maybe require you to be in person. But we're going to continue to kind of make sure that we're offering a virtual event along with some in-person events. So it's not going to be all in person.
Understood. Great.
Hey, Eric, before we jump on, I think this is a good opportunity. There's a poll that we just launched based on what John was talking about. So hopefully you see that in front of your screen. And the question for you, for the group, is what programs are most valuable to you during this time? And if you wouldn't mind, and again, this is for the group, if you wouldn't mind weighing in here, that would give us some feedback as to what you appreciate in terms of virtual merit badge classes or family-oriented outdoor activities, Facebook Live, camp-ins, den patrol meetings, rank advancement opportunities. So go ahead, and we've got about 10 responses so far out of the 50 on the call. Yeah, so that's really neat to see as those responses come in. We're up to about 20 responses now.
Okay.
And Mark,
And,
let me add, as we're planning our programs, we're trying to plan a path forward so that we can deliver what we promise. And so, you know, we want to make sure that when we schedule something that we're not canceling it or having to back off. And that's why if we seem like, you know, that we can always add to, and we can always change and do in person. What we can't do is easily pivot and back off of that. And so that's why whenever we're looking at the programs as we're moving forward, we want to pick a path forward that we know we can deliver on. And so that's why we're trying to gauge what interest is, so that we know where we can put our resources to make sure we're delivering the program that you actually want. And like I said, you know, Facebook Live, if those are things that you want, you know, let me know what you want me to build and or what you want to build at home, and I'll try to build it in my garage, or we'll get others, certainly get others involved to do it.
So John, you're you know, as this old Survivor show used to say, the tribe has spoken, and it looks like, here we go, we're going to share the results. It looks like some family-oriented outdoor activities and virtual merit badge classes are the top two. So that's great to see, and we appreciate the feedback here, because we certainly take this and we'll plan accordingly based on your feedback. So Eric, why don't you take it from here?
And then also there was a question about what does a modified summer camp look like. Under the color of the concentric circle model, and basically, you know, the groups that would be together would have to travel together and be in the same classes together. So if your group went to camp, or troop went to camp, they'd have to kind of divide down into groups, and they would go through and travel together. So there wouldn't be individuals spanning off into a bunch of different places. They kind of have to go around as a cohort. So
modified pods.
Yeah. And then that way it limits the exposure to other people. There really wouldn't be much interaction with other troops, and there would be more interaction. They'd have to kind of camp and cook together as a patrol, essentially, within your campsite, in an effort to minimize exposure to other people. At least that's the current plan, and that's how the CDC recommends, and the American Camp Association. We're trying to work with right now with the state of California to actually adopt those guidelines, and so that we can make some plans going forward. I mean, we already know how to run summer camp, so if it comes to it that we can run a traditional summer camp, we're there. But we've got to set ourselves up because of this concentric circle model. We got to set ourselves up for that because it's a little bit more constrained and difficult to operate.
All right. Great. Let's move on to the next screen.
And Eric, I think there was a question for Matt, if I can do that. There was an Eagle question if Matt Warner's on the call.
Matt, were you able to take a look at that chat question?
Okay, we can move on. That's fine. Right. I was just, and Matt, chime in if you're on. Okay, so we got a question in the chat earlier. So Peggy was.
All right, this is Matt.
Oh, okay.
Matt's available. Okay.
Sorry about that.
So there's a question in the chat that asked about. If it gets back to it again.
I saw it, and I didn't quite understand what the Q1 mean, but were they talking about somebody running out of time as far as
are there going to be any more adjustments that are going to be made? I know that for some Life Scouts that were going to get their Eagles at the beginning of this year, they were able to get a 6-month extension, but is there anything projected for now into 2021?
Well, right now we're able to give extensions until the end of December, and I'm pretty sure we're going to extend that because we're going off into further restrictions here. So I'm not sure. John Fullerton may know more about that, or Mark might, but I don't know anything more other than through December.
So
They have not given any indication yet, but I'm sure, especially since various states are under various distancing protocols and lockdown protocols, I think they may make some exceptions, maybe by state rather than doing it wholesale.
We'll take care of you.
Very good. Thank you for the answer. The non-answer answer.
Why it took me so long to get on.
Great. So some more ideas that we're throwing out there. Because of COVID, we've got a bunch of fifth graders that are going to want to transition over and cross over to Scouts BSA. And how are we going to do that this coming up year? It's coming up soon, anywhere from January to June. So for those Scouts that are looking to find a troop, how do they do that? Can they maybe visit the troops as a den? Can we organize basically a walking tour, if you will, from going from one location to another? There's quite a few troops along the Arbor Road area. So that's a possibility. You can organize through the chartered organizations in their parking lots and have an event that's out in the parking lot itself. There's also 2 parks that are along Arbor Road too, but maybe we can hold something or organize something in those 2 parks. So these are some of the ideas that we're throwing around for that Webelos fairs. So again, stay tuned. We would welcome your suggestions, your recommendations, any ideas that you have with regard to that. You can add them into the chat, or you can contact Mark or any of the Scout officers later. Recognition dinners. So end of the year, beginning of next year, there's always our recognition dinners that we hold for the Iron Star District, for any of the other districts that we have. I think those are on hold. I'm not sure, Mark, what we've got planned for those at this point. I'm sure we'll probably do a virtual event. You might not be able to have virtual dinner, but we still have our dates set in our calendar, and you can see that on our calendar page on the website.
Yeah, Eric, I think you're right. It would be a virtual type thing because, as John mentioned earlier, we just don't think that Q1 early 2021 that we're going to see any large groups.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll just roll right into this since we did the survey already. We're getting to the end here before we open it up for some other questions. I just wanted to just point out that if you do want to sell some popcorn, or you just want to have some for yourself, we have very little left here at the office, a couple of bags here and there. So from salted to white cheddar, caramel corn, just let us know. Again, maybe your Scouts are selling, maybe they aren't. But no problem. You can participate in this fundraiser through the end of the month, and then we'll wrap things up. Our inventory is listed on that website, on our popcorn webpage online. Eric, back to you.
Okay. Well, this is the time period. We have about 10 minutes before the hour's up. We can go over some questions that you might have. Go ahead and enter them in the chat box area. You can also raise your hand, and we can try to call on you to ask any questions that you have live. So I'm sure you have some questions. I hope you have local program that is going for your troop or pack or crew. I know our troop is very active, and we are continuing and plowing forward with advancements and and meetings and all the rest. And we've gotten into a groove, so you can actually do it pretty well after you get a little bit of practice. Okay.
Eric, I don't see any other questions in the chat. I know Michael's put some links to the 10 Commandments hike interactive map.
Oh, take a look at
there's
those.
one from Brian just came in.
Okay. Are there similar expectations that the blue and golds will be virtual in this year as well? I would say so. I've seen some very creative ways of holding events that are socially distant. There's some parking lot events that I've been to where everyone stays in their cars. I've been to events where people take turns doing things at a particular place. I'm actually going to go to a virtual campfire this Friday, tomorrow, where we will hold a camp. We'll have a bonfire in a field at our church, and we're going to drive up in our cars to that, and then have an in-person event, but everyone's going to be socially distant for that. So you can get it done, and I would say that for blue and gold, you can have a party, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about doing it. You can put little packets together, little care packages together, or little go-to bags, and distribute those to your members. And then everyone can open them up when you have your meeting, and you can enjoy whatever's in the bags, whether it's cupcakes or crafts or things to do. You can send out your awards ahead of time to the various families, and then they can present those awards virtually while you hold your event online, and then the parents can present those awards to their scouts. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it that way, but I doubt you would be able to do that in person in a large enough event. You're really restricted to den level gatherings at this point. So, definitely take a look at all of the resources that we have available on the Long Beach BSA website under COVID. There are all kinds of ideas. There's all kinds of pre-made things. I always say in scouting, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's all there for you. And there's so many resources that you have at your fingertips. And plagiarize away, because it's all open for you to use. This is also a time where you can share something that you might have been doing recently that's something new or novel for the novel coronavirus. So, has anyone been successful in a recruiting program? Virtual recruiting can actually be easier than in-person recruiting sometimes. You just need some contact names and some information that you can send out and get a response and get new membership that way. Okay. Well, without any other further questions or comments, I would like to thank everybody for attending. Hopefully that was very useful to everyone. Everyone got a little tidbit here or there, learned something new that they didn't already know. Keep an eye on things. Your central point of location is always our website, also our Facebook and Twitter feeds for those that use those. To stay in touch. So
Hey, before we go, Mark, I know you did a great job at promoting our new Eagle Scout, Lily Morse.
Oh, Lily Moore, yes.
Our first female Eagle Scout in Long Beach Area Council, and she earned her Eagle, what was it, 2 weeks ago? October 29th. And so congratulations goes out to her.
Absolutely. And we'll close this roundtable in honor of her. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank
And
you.
good night.
Bye.